Hi everyone, we're back from our holiday and ready to do another Saturday video. And I put it on Facebook for some questions, so we've got them.
We're back.
We are back.
Been in the wilderness for a while.
Yeah, we've had such a nice time. We actually, for those of you who haven't seen us before, we do these videos every Saturday. And on my Facebook page, a lot of people write little questions, and so we answer them, and it's fun. It's fun getting to know everyone. Okay, Stella said, please talk about how you and Paul found your dream jobs. Do you want to do that?
Yeah, I can tell you, I repeated final year of school to get better marks so I could be a doctor. And I misread the question. And Megan said it a million times. The question was on the metal halides, and I answered it on the metal hydrides, because that's how you... And I missed out by only a handful of marks. And so I didn't do medicine, so I decided I wanted to be in business. And I modelled myself on people that I liked who were successful. And I went into real estate. And that was, gee, 31 years ago.
Did you notice I didn't interrupt?
31 years ago. Yes, I started
in Even though I've known that story, but yeah, you did.
But they don't know, and they've asked the question.
And
they're not asking you.
Is real estate your dream job? Or is what you've created because you've been successful with it? Is it a dream job, or would you rather be a gardener, or would you, like, as far as a dream job goes, is it a dream job for you or not?
No, I mean, would a dream job be, sitting back and having a private jet and travelling the world doing a travel show?
Well, I don't know anyone who gets to do that. Maybe John Travolta, but you know what I mean. You love real estate.
I thoroughly enjoy it.
Yeah,
and I thoroughly enjoy the journey.
Yeah, well, I think people will know if it's your dream, because some people are successful at jobs, but it's not necessarily their dream. But you actually do. When we go away, everyone, Paul actually does like looking at houses and gardens and, furniture books and stuff, don't you? So there we go. And mine, I've just always loved making things and creating stuff. So it just kind of evolved for me, in my jewellery. I've created all my little businesses that have been
Megan
created.
Did lots of different things. She's done bed linen and hand painting plates and bowls.
And jewellery now.
Jewellery. So,
but I actually consider these videos too. I consider like my YouTube and Facebook, even though it's not a job and I don't get paid for it. I've got something in my teeth. Even though I don't get paid for it, everyone, Paul and I have had the most amazing experience created from YouTube, not intentionally, but so many doors have opened and so many incredible things have happened that this, even though I'm not paid for it, the world of experiences that have come up for us has been extraordinary, hasn't it? So I do consider this, I take this really seriously and like to do this, and I like to connect with all you guys out there because I like the friendships.
Next one.
Thank you, Stella. Sophie said, how's the jet lag? We are nearly through it.
Well, we got home on Wednesday night at midnight, went to bed, but didn't really sleep. And on Thursday night, we woke up at 2:30 in the morning and spoke together till 6 a.m. And then this morning, when I woke up, I'd had a pretty restless night again. It's just acclimatising.
Yeah.
So
I actually slept last night. I'm not telling my story now. I'm going to make a video quickly after this, just a short story about my motivational get up and do my fitness thing this morning because it was amazing. Anyway,
so we're getting over the jet lag. It takes about a week to get fully right, I think.
So she's written, some friends have left today to spend a year in Sri Lanka.
Wow.
They turned 40 and wanted an adventure. Their little midlife crisis. They're off with their 2-year-old.
That's better than getting divorced.
If you had that opportunity, where would you go and where is next on your wish list? She wants to go to Sri Lanka.
Yeah, we want to go to India. We want to go to Africa. We want to go to the Scandinavian countries.
I want to do the Northern Lights.
The Northern Lights.
I think we've said that before, but if we were going to go and live somewhere for a year, I reckon LA, because I think I could kind of duplicate my life there. Of what I have here, kind of thing. I think
LA
I could
or Santa Barbara.
Oh, with Oprah. No, but I do. You know what I mean. Like, I really think that LA is probably most suited to me.
Yeah.
If as far as living somewhere else,
yeah.
And I can't imagine myself living somewhere wildly different for a long period of time. That's honest. I mean, I couldn't. Could you? It sounds glamorous to go and live, somewhere that's third world or whatever, and do all that stuff, but I think to do that for a long period of time or indefinitely would be hard.
The Amalfi Coast in Italy or the south of France, along the Riviera, I could live there.
Yeah, I can see you there.
Yeah.
We'd have to learn Italiano.
No, they all speak English too.
Yeah. Somehow we always manage to get by in Italy. We sort of just add an O to everything. Hello, buongiorno, mozzarella.
It's all in the hand actions.
Yeah, you go like this.
So there we are.
Okay, Lynn said, Lynn Daniels had heart surgery, and it went well. That's so great. I'm pleased to hear that.
Most of them do these days because they've got it perfected.
Yeah, the heart's one of the things they know the most about.
My dad's had it twice, open heart surgery, and he's 86 and still going strong.
Yeah.
So...
amazing. We know lots of people who've had heart things. That's awesome.
It's a good thing to have a heart problem because they can fix most heart problems. A lot of other things they can't.
She said she liked our vacation pictures because it made her feel like she went somewhere this summer. That's so nice. Thank you. Because you know what? There's nothing better than being able to share your photos and have someone willingly look at them. Because, you don't want, when someone comes over, you don't want to grab out the album and go, oh, look at this. At least I know if you're looking at them, you've chosen to look at them.
And understand, we put them up not to sort of stick it up you sort of style. It's like enjoy the journey and have the fun and look at the experiences we're having.
Yeah, exactly.
And then, because we like looking at other people, like when people tell us about where they've been or try this or try that, it's like a restaurant or a different dish, fun. Cooking it, to try different things and to see different things.
I think everyone knows we put it up for that reason.
Yeah, well, we love it.
Yeah, it's fun.
What can be better than going somewhere? We went to this place in France called Saint-Emilion, and it's a World Heritage town.
For those of you who've watched the video, it's where I made the video with the chef with the amazing dessert. I'll put the link to it under here.
It's your best.
That was just one of the best things.
Like, I remember Megan's face when we pulled in and got off the train, because you can't expect what it's going to be like when we pulled off the train and went to Venice, because the train stops, you get off and you go down,
I was all
and you're on the Grand Canal. But it's experiencing something that you don't experience in your everyday life, and that's why we put these things up so people can see them, because it's fun.
Yeah, it is. We're coming back to more holiday stories in a minute because other people have asked us stuff. But it is. It's been amazing, and it's been amazing. Thanks for watching and being able to share it, because it was fun. Even though some people wonder why on earth do I go on Facebook while I'm on holidays, because I did cop a bit of that. But you know what? Especially when I was in Greece, and we were just going to the beach during the day, I found it like reading the newspaper in the morning. So I'd get up and I'd spend like half an hour in the morning. Paul would drift off to the beach a little bit before me, and then I'd come down later, and it was fabulous because it just gives me, I find it relaxing. I do. So it wasn't a chore, and it was my choice, and Paul didn't mind me doing it.
It was busy on the beach.
For those of you who wonder, why do we Facebook or whatever, because we like it. That's why.
Busy on the beach. You have to check everything out.
Yes, Paul liked looking. There was this girl there. She had the hottest body ever.
Singular.
What?
Plural.
What do you mean?
There was lots of girls there.
Oh, no, but you know that one I'm talking about she had the best backside, I'll tell you what.
Which one?
I wouldn't sit next to her.
The one that was standing in the water all the time?
Yeah.
That one, yeah. Pretty eyes.
Awesome.
Pretty eyes.
Oh, no, not that one. She was nice too, but no. You notice that I'm not talking about the men, everyone, don't you? Because I choose not to drive him nuts. Yes. Okay, Polly said, Melbourne is gorgeous, don't you think? Yes, I do. I think Melbourne's the best city in the world. I really do. No offence to anyone who lives in a different city, because we love them all, but you do become familiar with your home territory, and there's so many incredible things here, like there's sporting events, theatre, food, fashion.
Beaches.
Everything.
Restaurants.
All within such close proximity. I love it. I love Melbourne.
And a beautiful climate.
Come to Melbourne, everyone. Yes. Gary's coming to Melbourne soon. Can't wait to see Gary. Hi, Gary.
Big G.
Jeremy said, how was our trip? What was our favourite part?
Too many things. It was too many things.
I know my favourite part. Will I tell them?
Yeah.
My favourite part was, it's part 1 and 2, but some of you who watch my videos will know that when we went to Paris, we stayed at the Four Seasons, and we'd stayed there before last year, and I made a little video about the flowers and how amazing it was. So this year when we went back, they'd seen my video, and they showed us to like the penthouse suite. It was unbelievable.
They gave us a little upgrade as a bit of gratitude.
A bit of an upgrade. It was outstanding.
The videos that Megan did. So, as you can understand, she did another video, which is spectacular.
And I'll put the link to it here.
The service and the
Every
whole
time
vibe
we leave the room, we get like a little treat.
The Four Seasons is absolutely seamlessly faultless.
Yeah.
How else would you describe it?
It's excellence.
So it was all part of the experience.
Excellence. It was amazing. And no, we don't work for them, and none of that. It's truly just
what restaurants they recommend, where to go.
Yeah. It's slick, and they're smiley, they're friendly. So, like we've been to some hotels where you check in and they go, have you know, and they give you such a hard time, don't they?
The check-in's like...
It's beautiful.
No, but some hotels it's like not a nice experience. But again,
Yeah.
all the experiences are really good
So
experiences.
part 2 of my favourite thing was going to on the way home, we went and stayed at the Four Seasons in London, which we'd never done before. So we just booked a small room and we were very excited.
The smallest room in the place.
Seriously, we did. And so when we got there, they showed us to our room and
No, they welcomed us at the door and they said hello and go on.
No, I was just going to say. So they said to Paul, "Hello, Mr. Castron."
When we walked in,
it was amazing
because they'd seen Megan's videos, and we were in a bit of a hurry, so we just left everything with him. And he said, "Fantastic." Megan just gave him all the handbags, and we had to get around to an appointment.
All the handbags, all the luggage.
We came back an hour later.
You made me sound like some psycho woman with like 10 handbags.
They took us up to the room, and it was just spectacular.
We walked in the door, and it wasn't just a room, because we expected to open the door and there's the bed and there's our room.
Like
because
a house.
It had like a living room and
study,
it was unbelievable with a whole
dressing room
view of Hyde Park. And I'm making a video of it. I haven't edited it yet. But it'll be up soon. It was extraordinary, and every time we left the room, they would do a little treat for us. Like they even made gluten-free scones and macaroons, and they'd done really amazing research.
Every staff member there knows your name.
Yeah.
And they address it like it is. You have to try it.
Yeah.
You've got to experience
It's
this.
really something to, like, if it's not in your budget now, it can be. It's not to say it's not ever going to be. And throw a picture of it on your vision board.
Yeah, it's really worthwhile.
You just don't know. Like, that was not something
I'll tell you what else we did. What other favourites? We drove from Paris up to the north, up to the northwest of France, and we went and stayed with friends in Normandy, and we did day trips to different places. And one of them we went to Omaha Beach, which is the landings of 4 or 5 beaches there. There's Utah, Omaha, which was the 9th of June 1944, which was D-Day, and that was like the mass slaughter of all the troops coming. And on the foreshore of the beach, in the acreage of the rolling hills of the grass, there was like 10,000
it was
stone
very moving,
crosses
everyone. You can't believe how massive that is.
Set in concrete and aligned with laser precision, millimetre perfect, and it
was amazing. And that was a fraction of the people that were actually
sobering, and it's very moving when you see what happened there. So we did that. We went to...
But the other thing we did, which cost nothing and was not a monetary experience, was the Monet garden, water lilies. And do you know, everyone, I studied art at school and I loved the Impressionists. So for me to see Monet's garden was incredible.
It was in a place called Giverny, and it was about
an hour and a half. Everyone, could I have a consensus on that? Because I was just enjoying telling you.
It was about an hour or an hour and a half northwest on the way to Normandy, and you pull up, and the whole this whole area is devoted to Monet, and you actually go in and you see his house exactly as he left it. And
I want to tell now. Let me
wants to tell. I'll let you tell.
He's interrupting my subject that I was so excited about. Now, those of you who always tell me off for interrupting him, I hope you noticed that.
She's pointing the finger.
That's right. You know I'm serious when I do that.
No, not the finger.
Anyway, what I didn't know was that Monet actually created the garden, the water lily garden. I just thought he had gone and painted in a garden that had water lilies all those years. I thought it was like a park or somewhere where he visited. So Monet actually considers that water lily garden the greatest achievement of his
garden.
life.
And from the house, there's it gently undulates down to what is a natural creek or river. And he used part of that to reticulate and build his water lily, because water lilies grow best, I think it's in 30 centimetres of water, so they pot them, might be 45 centimetres.
See, I couldn't have told you that.
And they pot them, because if they're too deep it doesn't work. And and he built a retaining wall around it, and he built it into several. The lily part would be a couple of acres. It's quite.
There's a whole album on my Facebook page, so go and check it out, because it was
when you look at his
beautiful
paintings, there's the bridges, and I said that these are the bridges
Paul
that he
stood
painted.
On the bridge. I stood on the bridge too.
The rowboats, which were the foreground of the paintings, the lilies, the rowboats, and the bridge. And
extraordinary. And it was so inexpensive to even go. I think it was like €8 or something. But, that's one of those experiences. Like, not everything has to cost money for it to be incredible.
And the whole garden, the whole garden was laden with fruits. He had apples and pears and oranges and citrus. It was
beautiful.
And it was like a cottage flower. I
even found a fluoro yellow flower, everyone.
Yeah, that was, and then we went to Saint Michel, which was just a bit further around from the Normandy landings, and that was the great big monastery built
it was beautiful.
out on the water that you could only get to
in
the old days at low
there?
tide, and it's like 600 metres above sea level built
Should
up.
I tell them what happened there?
What?
Well, everyone, I didn't know that we were going to be walking a big distance, so I had these long, flary denim pants on that day. And on my feet, I had these platform shoes.
Oh.
And they're just like a platform sandal, and they are really like slippers, like they're so comfortable.
That wasn't that day. That was when we went and saw the chateaux.
Yeah, but I thought that's where you were talking about.
Saint Michel was the monastery built out over on the water.
Sorry, I interrupted unnecessarily, but can I continue my shoe story? Because you'll all laugh.
Rewind, we're down in the Loire Valley now, looking at the chateaux where...
This is so embarrassing, this story, but I'm going to tell it because it was so embarrassing. You know how I always tell you I don't wear high heel shoes? Well, I thought I'd branch out. Well, I don't. I just wear platforms.
These are not high. These are platforms.
And so they're like that, and they go like all the way along like that. So, no, they're not. They're probably 2 inches, but they were flat. The whole sole was flat along the bottom, right? So I was comfortably walking. But then we were on like a gravelly road, and occasionally there'd be like a little stone. And at one point, and I had to grab onto Paul, and I took a big chunk out of his arm.
Gashed my arm.
He told me about 1,000,000 times that I'd really hurt him.
Oh.
I probably did, but so then he wouldn't walk near me in case it happened again.
Which it did.
Oh my God, so we're walking down the down and, trying to look reasonable, and then I just went plonk like this, like, when you see those people on the catwalk that just go splat, that's what I did. Splat. It was so ungraceful.
She used the F word. She went down like a sack of spuds and scun her knee and nearly ripped a hole in her favourite jeans.
If I'd have ruined those denim jeans, I would have passed out.
Anyway, that was in...
I had a big skin knee like when you're little.
Anyway, there was... you should also have a look at our YouTubes on that, because you've done YouTubes on all the places.
Yeah, I have. I'll be putting them all up in the next few weeks.
Lots of things.
I've got so many videos I have to put up. Like Will from, the downstairs at Alma's. I went to his opening night. I still haven't done that yet. And he's, probably never going to talk to me again at this rate. But that was such a good night. I want to do that too. So there's lots of videos coming, everybody. But...
What's the next question?
We also stayed in Normandy with my friend Cicelle and her husband and family. And those kids were so gorgeous. And it was hilarious. And we learned all this French etiquette. Like I tell you what, I thought I was pretty good with the old table etiquette. But, we learned a few tricks from her son about cheese.
Yeah, it's Cramp Megan style now, and about how much you'll eat.
You were the one who cut the cheese in the wrong way.
What's the next question?
Weren't you? Admit it, that wasn't me.
It was you.
I was just saying we both learned. Okay.
Assigning blame gets you nowhere.
Daniel said, how was our... Talk about a holiday. Well, we sort of have, but we'll keep talking about it sporadically through it, I'm sure. For someone who is from Sydney, what would be a great weekend away in Melbourne for a family or a couple? I would come down and I would stay...
Well, it depends whether you want to do the shopping and the restaurant thing, or whether you want to go...
Or the theatre? I'd stay in the city, I think. Or would you stay at the Olsen or the... what's the other one called? The Cullen. There's these great little boutique hotels in South Yarra that I particularly like. And they're in the cool little shopping area. And then you could, go into the city and have dinner and go to a show, go and see Love Never Dies. Or
you could do a day trip to the Penguins down at Phillip Island. You could do a day trip to the Sanctuary in Hillsville.
Some people are disappointed by the Penguins.
You can go and do the sky deck at Eureka Tower.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
And hang out on the cube, which hangs out over the building.
What
you
they've
could
done,
go
can I
down
just go back and tell them what that is?
You could go down to St Kilda and go along the forecourt, which is like
nice.
Venice Beach, and have lunch.
But the sky deck, go back, because no one knows what that is. It's the tallest building in Melbourne.
Southern Hemisphere.
In the Southern Hemisphere. And so you go into this room and it goes like this, and it goes out and it's kind of frosted, and then all of a sudden someone flicks a switch, goes click, and you're suspended over the whole city in this clear glass building. It's amazing.
92 levels.
Glass floor, glass
92
everywhere.
levels above the ground.
Paul hasn't done it because he's too
hanging
scared,
out
but I've
over the
done
building.
it.
Yes, no, that wouldn't suit me.
It's wonderful.
So yes, that would
but
be
Joanne,
a weekend.
Send me a Facebook message, and if there's any other questions, I can answer, because there's a million things, isn't there, really, to do in Melbourne?
Stacks.
Yeah.
You go for a walk around the Tan along the Yarra River, St Kilda Beach. There is all of the promenade and precinct down on South Bank. You could come and see a footy match.
Yeah.
Stacks.
This next one is really bizarre. Ellie.
I like bizarre.
I don't want to offer too much of an opinion actually on this because everyone's got a different opinion on this.
Well, it's not political, is it?
No, but it kind of is. What are your views on pornography and its effect on women and equally men? Do you know what? Here's my thoughts.
Each to their own.
Each to their own. I worry about the girls in them. Sometimes I sort of think, I don't know. You know what? I think if the people who are making those videos are comfortable with making them, because Oprah
can you read the question again? Just read the question. I can't read. I haven't got my glasses.
Because Oprah had a woman on her show who was a porn star, and she had done very well, but she sort of talked to her, and Oprah had great respect for her. I think that if these people go into that and they are comfortable,
knowingly.
But it's when people are doing it for drug. Yes, exactly.
Not exploited.
If they're not exploited and it's their own choice, then that's fine. I don't know. It's an individual thing. I can't really judge people on that.
They might think they're giving pleasure to people. Just like when someone makes an action movie, they think, geez,
I think everyone at some point has watched one just for fun. But I don't know. You can choose.
How could you not?
I'm not judgmental about that stuff.
They come onto your computer without asking for them.
Is that how that happens? So as long as the people in it, it's their choice. I'm fine with it, but
Oh, any more bizarre questions?
I don't know.
Maybe there's a question there on
I hadn't seen that one before.
Gay marriage or...
We've done the gay marriage one. We all know that I'm fine with gay marriage, and so are
Julia Gillard.
Hannah Goose.
I think the time's clicking for her.
Hannah Goose. That sounds like Mother Goose. I wonder is that your real last name, Hannah Goose? It's cute, isn't it? It sounds like a fairy tale name. I like that.
What's Hannah got to say?
She loves seeing our holiday pictures. It looks like you had an amazing time. What did you think of Normandy? It was really great, as Paul said. It was very interesting.
See. There's plenty to see. It's like in Melbourne. It's a little bit like going down to Flinders, Merricks, Summers. It's like rolling hills, high quality farmland. It's
little and it's nice, beautiful markets with beautiful food
and then little towns,
produce and stuff.
But it's very much like that. And then what happened? Because that was a very close point to England. That's where they came across.
My friend's house was gorgeous. I loved it. It was like a little Ralph Lauren house. There's pictures of it on the Facebook page. It was like a dream house to go. It was beautiful.
So yes, it's very beautiful.
And she said, you can be honest here with this next question.
As if I wouldn't be. Thank you.
Slightly, it's, because I don't often sort of... Anyway, I'll ask the question. Also, did you enjoy Ghost and Billy Elliot? I love them both.
I enjoyed Ghost more.
Paul, the musical theatre expert.
Well, I've been dragged along to a few. Here's my take on it. Everyone's got their own view. I quite enjoyed the storyline, and I thought the quality of Ghost, and I thought the quality of the performers was first class, and I thought the props were really good. That's my opinion. On Billy Elliot, I'm glad I've seen it, and I think you should see it. However, the storyline, the performers, yes, and the sets and all of that, okay. But there was no lift off. Like if you go and see Hairspray in Melbourne, the production they did in Melbourne and Sydney, all of the sets.
It's about to close in Sydney too, so if you haven't seen it,
are done in LED screens, and it is and talk about sing, like these guys in this and action. So Ghost for me was better, and Billy Elliot. I'm glad I saw it because I actually really wanted to see it.
Okay, so now I'm going to tell you my opinion.
Here we go. You can be honest.
I thought Ghost was amazing. Like that. Richard Fleishman is so good looking. He's so cute. And we saw him in Legally Blonde a while ago. And he had longer hair actually in Legally Blonde, which I did prefer. But he's cut his hair shorter now, everyone. And he's quite often in just jeans with like his top off. So he's got a hot body. That's just getting back at Paul for the, girls in Greece. Anyway, he's very handsome. But the lead girl who plays Molly, that's Cassie Levy. She is gorgeous. And I made a YouTube with him. I'm still going. You're going to interrupt.
No, I'm not.
I'm catching him out today, everyone. So I loved Ghost, and it had some really clever tricks. Like it was a very 2011 musical. I found it very modern. It incorporated the LTD screen. LTD. What is it called? LED screens. I knew I was wrong.
Light emitting diodes.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Anyway, they had great great effects, and like even a little bit of an illusional trick in there thrown in, you know, when he puts his hand through the door. It was very clever. I loved it.
And Billy Elliot?
Billy Elliot, you know what? I was expecting more from that. I was expecting more things with the music. I was expecting to come away and want to buy the soundtrack, because I buy all the soundtracks. I bought the soundtrack for Ghost and listened to it, you know. I loved it. Love it. Beautiful. There was no major piece in there. The dancing was incredible, and the kid who played Billy Elliot, yes, he was amazing, and he was 12 years old and he taught himself to dance in real life, so I was impressed by that. But did I want the album? No. Do I want to see it again? No. Can I remember any of the songs? Not really. I quite liked the finale song that was sort of saying everyone can be individual.
What's the next question?
So, you know, those of you who adore that musical, it's just, you know, my personal opinion.
You know, it's an opinion.
A lot of people have loved that more than anything.
We got into a taxi, and the guy was having a crack at someone walking across the road, and he was a bit aggro, and Megan...
Why am I nearly out of the picture here? There we go. Okay.
Megan told him that he'd seen... asked had he seen Wicked, and he said he hate Wicked, but he said, I really love Billy Elliot. So, you know what?
There we
it's
go.
Just an opinion. What's next?
And a cast can make that difference too. Sabine. Hello, Sabine. Guten Tag.
Yeah, jawohl.
If you could invite anyone to Taco Night, who would it be? You, Sabine. It might be a cartoon character, historical figure, ancestor, actor, musician, etc.
John Lennon.
Princess Diana.
And John Lennon.
Really?
There we are, yeah.
I'd like Princess Diana. And...
Elvis?
Yeah, just because he's Elvis. But not really because I have a fascination for Elvis, just because that would be kind of fun to say. And I'd like James Taylor, because I love his music, so he could do a bit of an after-dinner tune. That would be awesome.
What about...
Carly Simon, Billy Joel I'd love.
No,
Steve Martin would be fun.
Travis McCoy partners, what's these, the guys, not Jason,
Bruno Mars.
Bruno Mars. Yes, we could have Bruno along. Bruno's new album's fantastic.
It's funny, though, because when I think about people who I'd like to have for dinner, I actually have to have some sort of connection with them, you know, like to be able to have a conversation. Because I was saying to Paul the other day, I have this big desire to meet ABBA, like I really would. But to meet ABBA, what would I say to them? I would say, oh, you know, I used to dance to your songs, all that stuff that you blurt out in the first meeting.
20 million other
That's
fans
right.
said to them.
But I don't know them as an adult. Whereas with Oprah, I could sit there and have a week with her and not stop talking or listening. You know, that would be a very easy conversation, or it was a very easy conversation, and I still could, you know, go on and on with her. But that's because we kind of think the same. And I know how she thinks as an adult, whereas I liked ABBA as a kid. So would I want Bruno Mars? Yes. I'd love him to come and sing. Do I know enough about him to have a conversation?
Go and listen to his new
Probably
album,
not.
Sabine. It's awesome.
Yeah, oh, it's so great.
Yeah. He did the song with Travis McCoy, I Want to Be a Billionaire. But Bruno, it's really fantastic.
Yeah. Oh, no, it's so good.
So you have to come to Tacos, Sabine.
Yes. Yes, Sabine. The invitation's there, I'm telling you. We could chat in Deutsch. Yeah. Was ist Taco auf Deutsch? Probably taco. Angus said, I've been listening to a lot of Abraham Hicks recently. It's life-changing. You know who that is?
No.
Yes, you do.
No.
Jerry and Esther Hicks.
Well, who's Abraham? You said
Abraham's the Abraham is the collection of voices or the universal language coming through Esther Hicks.
So what's the question?
What do you do to get into and stay in the vortex? Do you have a particular process or affirmation that really works in achieving manifestations? I feel so uplifted when I listen to their tapes, but sometimes circumstances pull me out of the vortex. Okay, now, I keep hearing everyone talk about this vortex. I have not read that Into the Vortex book. So I assume the vortex means when you're in the flow and everything's going really well. I find that's pretty much how things are for me all the time, and I think it's because I do appreciate things as we go. No, don't interrupt right now, because this is my topic that I really like. So I think that I am in the vortex, but I also think that I look around and I enjoy what's going on around me. Like, I don't just kind of subconscious or not unconsciously...
I've got the answer for you.
Go on. He's bursting.
See, when you're outside the vortex, you're saying you're not going with the flow and you're not happy. And so in the happiness studies, they say that 50% of it is hereditary, 10% of it is your financial circumstance, and 40% of it is how you deal with things and how you choose to deal with things. And so if you listen to something that revs you up and gets you motivated, but you keep falling off the perch and you keep falling out of the zone, then...
Well, what's your advice then?
Then what is it that you're doing that's getting you out of that zone? Do you go to a job that you hate? Do you look at yourself in the mirror and not like it?
It's very connected of you there. That was good. I like that. Well, yeah, I do like what you're saying.
Why are you... why are you trying to get into the zone in the first place? Aren't you in the zone anyway? So why are you... It's like, there's the house, I want to knock on the door and go in, I can't get in. So, the question you've got to ask yourself, what is it in your daily routine that is
taking you away from the vortex? I like that.
The vortex, because maybe it's your relationship, maybe it's your job, maybe it's your physical appearance, maybe it's I don't know, maybe there's a whole combination of circumstances that you get all revved up and then you just sort of fall out of the perch. And I think you've got to try and get in the zone, do the things that get you in the zone. You've got to make your life the zone.
When we're talking about being happy and all that sort of stuff, right? I am generally happy, that's true. And I'm lucky that I'm generally happy, I think, because there are some people out there who suffer depression. So when I, pop on a Facebook page some random statement about being happy, I don't mean that everyone has that complete choice in that way if they're mentally ill, because that is a very real thing.
Yeah.
And so those people...
35 million people in the United States are on antidepressants.
Right.
And that's
and if they don't recognise it,
nearly
then
double
some
the
of their
whole
family
Australian
members...
population.
And sometimes people hide it so well that they don't even know.
Right,
so it's a very hard thing and something that I'm not qualified to really discuss. But all I'm saying is that when I'm talking about that, I'm not saying that everyone can just automatically change their mind and pull themselves out of depression. But if you're just you're going along and nothing's really happening, you can definitely make choices about that.
That's right. You might choose to go for a walk early in the morning or a swim, or you might choose to eat different food, or you might choose to give away the cigarettes and the alcohol and the drugs.
Yeah.
You might choose to get rid of your girlfriend or your boyfriend because they don't make you happy. You might choose to leave your job because it's a job you hate and you find a job.
It is a relationship factor. I also think it's give and take. Like, I was saying this to Paul before. I know.
If every day you wake up and you look at someone and they drive you nuts, then what do you want to be there for? That's not give and take. That's not 10, 20% of the relationship. I mean, if you wake up in the morning and you go, what the am I doing here?
Yes.
You know what? You're an idiot if you hang.
Yes. True.
Some people hang just purely because of a financial situation.
Yes.
And they tolerate things because they don't know really how it's going to be any different.
But if things are fixable, I think...
Then you fix them.
Yeah, I do think so.
It's always better.
Okay, how was that, Angus?
Modern medicine. They fix things.
Cherie, did you and Paul travel outside of the country when the kids were small? If so, what advice and tips would you give? And the best places in Europe to see, what not to do, just whatever comes to mind. We're contemplating Europe for the next summer, but I'm nervous about taking 4 kids. Shivers, that'll be a big...
No, well, you know what?
4 is a lot. But,
I know people that have done it. 4 kids is a lot. It's better, and it depends what ages.
How old they are.
And it depends what you want to do.
I reckon from maybe 7 up.
Yeah.
Depending what you're doing.
We did travel when Zoe was just over 1 and Max was 3, and we had 2 babysitters come to the house, and they were terrific girls. And
where are we talking about?
We went to the States, and Sarah Jane came in and looked after the kids. She asked the question.
We're talking about taking the kids with us.
No. She asked the question. Read the question.
Yeah, but she's saying, did we take the kids? She's saying, did you travel and she's taking her family? What would that be like?
Oh, she is taking her family.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Misread the question.
Yes. So, I didn't misread the question.
No, I haven't got my glasses on. Can't see.
So,
I'll go and
turn up that hearing aid.
Touch and what? Go and touch and smell.
No, she's saying, so we took Zoe, I think, to Europe for the first time when she was 7 or 8 or something like that. And we did stuff like, we went to London and we saw the London Eye. You do things that are interesting and you don't drag them into a zillion churches and things that would drive them crazy.
Just around the corner from Portofino, we stayed at a place called Cinque Terre. And Cinque is the 5 towns, and you do the walk. And everyone said it takes 5 or 6 hours to do the walk. Well, we did it in 3 hours, and it's a really good walk. And you walk down into each town.
One of the best things I've ever done.
And actually, at the end of it, Zoe laid on the ground.
Poor Zoe, because the steps would have been like up to her waist sometimes. And, you know, we're all just normal and they're up knee high. But
that is spectacular. And so in that region, you can go to the Leaning Tower of Pisa.
Yeah. Do things that they've seen in books, you know, like the London Eye.
The Sound of Music. The Sound of Music, go to Salzburg, the London Eye.
Oh, Salzburg was beautiful.
You know, and all of the
Venice,
things. Venice,
some novel things, you know, like
Florence,
so pretty.
Rome, Colosseum.
Yeah. But if they're really little and you go to Rome, don't do like a tour that's going to be like dragging on for hours. Seriously, because Meg's got a little bit bored with that at that age. But if you can do like a quick zip around and look at all the things, I think that's fun for the kids.
On the first trip, you do a lot of things and skip across it so you know what it is you want to go back to. So don't go somewhere and stay for 2 weeks in one spot. So we did 2 or 3 days here, 2 or 3 days there.
But you can always send me a message. I'm totally happy to help you with that.
That's what I'd do.
Yeah. Anna said, it's a gorgeous day and she's glad we're back and she missed the videos. Thank you, gorgeous Anna Pontikis. Sounds like a Greek name to me. Yasu.
Colour. Out of Castle.
Todd. What do you get from The Secret? I think I've said this before, but what I got from watching The Secret for the very first time was that I have always done The Secret. I just didn't know it was something to do. Like, I'd always lived like that. So when I watched The Secret, it was an affirmation. Oh, my mum and dad are here. They're going to walk in the door. We'll get them on the video. So to me, it was an affirmation of what I already knew, basically. So, but what it did really give to me was I realised that I was in control. And once I realised that I could create things happening, once I realised, I thought, oh my God, and more stuff happens because it just does, because I expect it to, because my thoughts control it.
So there was no light bulb moments?
No.
It was just...
I love watching it though. It inspires me. It gets me all fired up watching it.
That's what it is. That's what it is. Yeah, I do that. I do that, yeah.
I think Oprah said that too. She watched it and knew she'd done it all the time, but didn't know it was the law of attraction, didn't know it was a thing to do. Like, she had just done that. Nicole said, go and see Love Never Dies. I have. Nicole, I have done whole videos on Backstage and interviewed Andrew Lloyd Webber and everything. You have to have a look. Come in. Here's Zoe. Come in. I know Mum and Dad are here. Come in. Come and say hello behind us on the video. Mum and Dad are here. Good. No, where's Mum and Dad?
You have to come in.
Come on. My parents are here because they've come up from Geelong. Quickly.
They're going to be doing that.
All right, so I'll answer the question in the meantime while they're... So I'll put the links to my Love Never Dies videos. It's awesome. It's so good in Melbourne. And it's what Andrew Lloyd Webber really wanted the show to be, actually. There's my dad. Look, come over here and stick your head here. Like, Lena, you stand there. There's my dad. There he is. My dad has just celebrated his 80th birthday, everybody. He looks good, doesn't he? You going to say hello to everyone?
You know, someone said I only looked 93 the other day.
They did not.
Did you give him a whack, Bob?
Where's Mum? Mum, come and be on the video quickly.
Go on, go.
Quickly, everyone wants to see you. These are my creators.
Quickly,
jump in. You're wasting time and people will get bored. They'll tune out. I'll answer a question while she's waiting. She'll come in. No, here she comes. Come in. Oh, you look lovely. Mum looks great. She's wearing orange too. Orange is my new favourite colour, everyone. There's my mum and my dad.
Ernie and Bert, we call them.
And they've been married for how many years now?
56, 57.
Isn't that awesome?
57 years.
Never had an argument or a crossword, can you believe that?
Just like us.
Yeah, they're marriage counsellors in their spare time.
I have. Well, you know what? There's nothing better than ringing your mum or dad if, you want to tell them something.
Right,
well.
Where are you going, Marge?
We nearly finished the video, so we're coming out in 1 second. Okay, so then, wasn't that fun? You got to see my parents. That's fun. Tracy said she's really happy we're back. And welcome home. How many times did we sit in the bath in Paris and look at the Eiffel Tower? Because we had this amazing room that when you opened the bath...
twice.
I think I did it once, but I didn't drink champagne in the bath. I should have done that.
Don't worry, we'll go back.
I don't think we'll ever get that room again, but it was amazing. We'll dream of that room. Elizabeth said, welcome home. Thank you. Board. Yeah, well, that's true. Jane said, hi, Megan, as it is the final Wicked in Australia next weekend, I know. I was wondering what experience the phenomenon that Wicked has meant to you. Well,
everything.
Yeah.
In musical theatre. And Megan's going and she's doing a final video.
Yes.
And she's interviewing
So if you're going to the final in Wicked...
And she'll be doing stage door. And don't worry, there will be a video and you will find out
I'm going backstage to interview Lucy for the last time.
Means to Megan,
probably not interviewing her for the last time, but as Glinda. So it'll be really awesome. But you know what? It's going to be very sad. And it has meant a lot to me because Wicked was the first musical that I ever became involved with on YouTube, and it really opened the doors for my love of musical theatre, because I didn't really have a love of musical theatre like I do now, whereas before I love the sound of music and all the obvious ones that everyone does.
So, watch the video after Megan does the last one in Perth for the final show in Australia.
And I'm also going to interview all the Wicked fans, because a lot of you out there are my friends that I watch from Wicked, so I'm looking forward to meeting a lot of those people. So please don't be shy and not come up to me and then write to me and go, oh, I saw you there and I didn't come up, because I'm, I love meeting you all.
Megan will tell you, shy never gets you anywhere.
Yeah, and
she's living proof.
It's just me. Like, I'm just a YouTuber. I'm not like Oprah or something. So please come up and say hello, because I would really like that, and then be on my video. Yes. Hang on. Jess said 2 theatre questions. I'd like to know who you and Paul would be perfectly cast in the Addams Family. I have no idea, because I haven't seen it.
Who would be what? Oh, no, I haven't seen it.
Paul would have no idea, because he doesn't know the names of everyone. But I tell you who would be great in Ghost. I reckon Alex Rathgaber and Lucy Durack would be great as the leads in that. I do.
Next question,
and they're friends too. I think they'd be good. Okay. Will you guys be coming to Sydney for the premiere of Annie? I think it's in January, and I don't think we'll be around. So I don't think so, but I think it'll be great. I don't know who the leads are or anything about that yet. Curious to know what the hotel did for the Billy Elliot thing. Oh my God, when we went to Billy Elliot, it's going to be on my video, the London video coming.
Watch it. Rather than say you have to see it, you've got to see what it is.
Yeah.
So it's really special.
I'll do a video. And I haven't done it yet, but
it'll be up soon.
Yeah, and just look for
within a week.
Yeah, like tomorrow or something. But just look for London 4 Seasons, and you'll see all that stuff. Oh, Max just walked in.
Next question.
With his new girlfriend. Everybody, I'll see if I can get them on. Maxie, can you come here, please?
Quick, next question.
Shelley said she loves our amazing photos, wondering how we store or sort them. You know what? There's a good question.
Don't.
It's a nightmare. I have got
a lot of memory.
Yeah, I've got hard drives and stuff, and I used to print them all out. I used to keep photo journals for 20 years, so I'm just looking up at them now, all in books, which I really wish I still did, but I don't. I haven't got the time to. So it's unrealistic to say I will do that ever again.
Next question.
I don't know. They're all on Facebook. I keep meaning to upload them to.
We've got hard drives,
Flickr, and I forget all the time. Good question and a good reminder. What is your favourite jewellery piece you've ever made? I really like the happy necklace that I wore when Oprah came for dinner. It's got like all little charms on it of happy things like rainbows and smiley faces.
Hey, Max.
Maxie, come here. Quick, come here. Alex and Max, come here. Where's Alex? Come here. I've got to introduce you to someone. Come here.
Come here,
Both
Alex.
of you, come here.
Stand right here.
Everyone, this is Max's girlfriend, Alex. She's now on YouTube. There she is. And there's Max.
Alex and Max.
This is a miracle.
Hi, Alex. How are you?
This is our first time meeting Alex.
Paul. Nice
to see you.
Oh
my God. Nice to meet you.
Are you nervous to meet us, Alex?
This is like history, isn't it? What have you two been doing?
Maybe Botanical Gardens.
Ah, very nice.
Picked up my suit and...
Max is a working man now. Max is working at Paul's office.
I don't want to do anymore.
How are your knees, Alex?
Oh, it's a bit tender still, but...
Really? Isn't she gorgeous,
She
everybody?
put it out dancing.
That's fun.
We'll come and have a chat to you in a second. No, he didn't.
No, I haven't heard the whole story.
No, he just said you put it out dancing. That's all he said.
Everyone who's wanted to see Max, there we are. And you got to see his new girlfriend as well. Anyway, we better go and see the whole family.
Okay.
Otherwise, we'll be divorced from the family.
Ciao. Bye.
See you soon. Thanks for asking all the questions. Oh, Paul's gone and now I'm left. Isn't that funny that I've got an orange head? Oh, I've got to show you my toenails. Hang on, look. My new favourite colour. No, my favourite colour is still fluoro yellow, but now I'm into fluoro orange. Okay. See you soon, everyone. Bye. Have a happy week.